Good afternoon, Grandma Lisa. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. Good Monday to you.
Good Monday. Happy Monday.
You just reminded me that yesterday these two children were saying hi to me from a porch, and it was 7 o'clock at night. They both said good morning to me. It made me think for 1 second. Like I got confused because it was so late in the day, and the two kids are like, "Good morning."
Well, there's another Grandma Lisa story in the books. So good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good afternoon.
And good afternoon. And it's a little after 3 p.m. on the East Coast here in Jersey. Another day, another dollar, just moving along through the industry. And big meeting tonight. Definitely fired up about that. So we could talk a little bit about that briefly. I put a little question. I'm probably going to do a poll on LinkedIn too. But I asked a question yesterday on a Sunday afternoon. If we were going to put on a food equipment manufacturers expo virtually, would you exhibit? Would you attend? You know, and kind of give a little breakdown on what those things were. Like, hey, virtual happy hours, showcasing your equipment, prospective new clients, live demos, all these different things that might be a possibility for this. And a lot of people seem pretty interested. I know a couple of people were saying, hey, how can we help? How can we help? Like, what do we got to do? Let's make this happen. So I think there will probably be some good interest in this. We've already spoke to some manufacturers that are interested. I don't know. One of the things we've got to talk about in the meeting is what is this? How many manufacturers? How many exhibitors? Would it be realistic for us to say, okay, I think we could do this, right? We need to make sure we would have that, and then, then we just have to go to work with marketing and get some attendees there for these exhibitors. So twofold, got to figure that out. Big meeting today for that.
Yes.
Yes, Grandma.
Yeah.
So
I remember.
Hope she remembers to sign in. You know how Grandma could be.
I don't know how to use Zoom.
Well, it's on your calculator there in your hand. So yeah, listen, Monday, what do we got going on? This is gonna be kind of a random fired up Monday.
Yeah.
So by the way, if you're here, jump in the comments, let me know you're here, say hello, what do you got going on? Where are you right now? Where are you right this minute watching this? And if you're watching the replay, well, you can still tell me. And I just got off the phone, another prospective partnership with a manufacturer that we haven't really worked with. And, this really came about through social media, Lisa. We talk about it all the time and people are scoffing and laughing. But now I see many people jumping into the game.
Yes.
Slowly but surely, because I think they're realizing if they don't, they're going to be left behind. And we've been talking about that for years. Food equipment industry needs to get louder. That's why Fed Nation exists. That's one of the many reasons Fed Nation exists. But this came about because someone I know in my network sees you post a bunch on LinkedIn, and truth be told, that's correct. I do post a ton on LinkedIn. But this is it. We're making connections. We're talking about storytelling. I was talking about that last week. Quentin says random and scatterbrained, the very definition of Monday. Yeah. It's been Mondays are always foggy, aren't they?
Yes, they are. I'm just thinking back to last Monday, which was a ridiculous Monday as well.
I don't even remember what happened last Monday.
You spent most of the day in the car with your partner.
Oh, that's right. Oh my God. Yeah. I mean, last week totally was just kind of all over the map with the installations down at the new the combo therm, just all over the place, getting vans on the move. This week, new van going on the road, technician number 18. Got to get it. Well, actually, right after this, I need to go get it lettered. So we're gonna send it over to Vital Signs, get that sucker lettered.
Are we gonna do a hot coal logging competition at FedCon?
Well, we could steal that. This is Tony Robbins, right?
Oh, yes.
We could steal that.
No.
make you walk across the hot coals.
No. We
Team
can't do
building.
that. We can't do that.
No, we ain't gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. But man, what was I talking about, Lisa?
I don't know, but I'm just really excited that our website is very, very, very close.
Yes, FedCon. It's still going down April 25th to the 27th at the Omni Montelucia, Scottsdale, Arizona. And it's going to be a 3-day event. We got the 25th opening reception. We're going to be launching the new website very soon. All sponsorships open up for grabs. The premieres, we got 2 platinums. I think we got 2 golds, 4 golds, 2 platinums, 2 golds. These things are going to be jam-packed with ROI for you. And, we're going to be filming this whole thing. There's going to be a lot of opportunity for you to get out, network, and be part of what's going on as we shift and disrupt and change things in this industry together. Impact of good, impact change. It's necessary. There's a lot of hot topics. So there was something we were just talking about. I'll tell you what I'm fired up about, Lisa. I'll tell you what I'm fired up about.
Now you know. I've been asking you for the last hour.
I know. I got a lot going on in this brain here. So check it out. No names to be named. We're not naming names. We're talking about the issues. And I want to start this conversation. Manufacturer service partnerships, something very big in the industry now. Lots of chatter, lots of talk. We've been talking about it even through pandemic. Lots of different guys and gals jumping on, voicing their opinions in the Fed group at the Food Equipment Service Leader Summit that we had. So a lot of things. So here's what's going on. Today, we're upstairs early morning. We're billing. We're doing some things on the warranty side. And we're looking at a ticket for a startup. And this startup was on Bank of Friars, and it took the technician probably close to 3.5 hours to do that. Okay. 3.5 hours to start it up. Now I could go, I don't have the ticket here to read it all, but there's a lot of stuff that's involved if we're going to do this right. And we're going to do right by the manufacturer. We're going to do right by the customer, right? 3.5 hours. Do you want to know what we get paid for 3.5 hours for that?
I don't want to know.
Flat fee, which I am not happy about flat fees at this point in the game. $150.
What? You're losing money.
With the technician salaries today, we're losing 30, 40, 50% on that. More probably. Just look at the top rated technician making that. I mean, yeah, we're losing a ton. And it's not just the loss that you take on the job. It's the loss that you're taking on the job you could have been on being profitable. There's twofold to it. So this is something I think that we need to talk about for sure. I'm definitely fired up about it. I have people reaching out to me all the time on stuff like this. And, I think it's time we have to, and I'm not telling anyone else what to do, but for us, I'm talking about is to sit down and renegotiate and we talk about some of these things because I can't have these expensive technicians rolling around for $150 for 3.5 hours. That's just not right. It's just not right. And so listen, I can't cry about it. I'm bringing it to the table to talk about it and hopefully create some change around it and get some conversations going around it because the tides have turned in a lot of ways in this industry. Technicians have become, I talk about all the time as far as being the lifeblood. I just put a post up, and I find it interesting too, not to get off topic, but I post this same post for the 3rd time, I think.
Okay.
Every time I post this post on LinkedIn, it gets like 2,000-3,000 views, 30, 40 comments versus a lot of this other stuff that I've been posting lately is the numbers just not have been good. But I put up the food equipment service technicians are the lifeblood of the industry. That blows up every time.
Okay.
So every few months I repost it.
Yeah.
So I found that interesting, but I believe that. I really truly believe that. And I put that up. Then I have people jumping in saying, "Oh, what about the sales? And what about?" I'm not taking away anything from anybody else. Everybody plays their own part. We all exist for different reasons. If the manufacturers aren't manufacturing it, and the reps and the dealers aren't selling it, what the hell does it matter to me?
Mm-hmm.
Then I got nothing to do. I'm not taking anything away from any pieces of the industry. We're all very important in our you know
Ecosystem.
in our ecosystem. Thank you, thank you, Grandma. So
I got my dictionary.
she had a book. So Quentin,
The manufacturer-dealer argument is that to pay more for a startup, they will have to charge the customer more or cut a percentage out of the dealer, and then it makes it hard to sell the startup altogether.
So let's address that one. Thank you, Quentin. To pay more for startup, they'll have to charge the customer more. Well, then I would say then you have to charge the customer more. I hate to say that, but if the dealer or if the dealer they don't want to lose their percentage, I mean, that's just, I mean, the prices are skyrocketing across the board, not just in our industry, across every industry. I could just tell you this. The conversations are going to begin to change drastically here. I have things going on here, just like every other company does. We're building and growing. I can't run unprofitable tickets anymore. Honestly, I won't do it. Getting to that point, I'm just not going to do it. If it doesn't make sense anymore, we have to pass and move on. We have too many really good, strong partnerships and too many really good, loyal customers that understand the value of what companies like ours bring to the table. Those are our customers. Those are our partners. The other ones that are saying, take it or leave it, well, I'll leave it. And I'm going to leave it every time. You know, we're doing really amazing things out here. A lot of other companies are too. I know it. I see it. I talk to them. And quite frankly, they know their value as a service company, and we know our value as a service company in 2021. This ain't 1999 anymore. We live in a very fast-paced world, very competitive. And when you look at the skilled trades and the gaps that we all talk about all the time that we want to try to figure out how to fix, the technicians' salaries, they're in the driver's seat. And service companies are in the driver's seat. And we have to put out fair rates that then, work with, these salaries and work with these. Let's not even just talk about insurances and gas and toll prices over here. They're insane. They're going through the roof. And we're getting ready to look to renew our platinum health benefits here. It's going to go up, Lisa.
Of course it is.
It's going to go up. So they're never going to say, hey, you know what? They're good people. Give them a 20% discount this year.
That's not how it works.
No.
Not insurance.
No. So it's going to keep going up and up and up. So all these things that get factored in, Quentin, right. I'm not doing a job for cost. So, I mean, listen, we're losing money on these things, and it's at a day and time that none of us can afford to work for free or take losses.
But who else is working for free or at loss? Like no other industry is.
I mean, I would imagine not, but I can't speak on what I don't know. But
No one's doing anything for free.
that's the truth. Oh, here's Taz. Taz.
Need to have the conversation up front, though. I see it constantly where more money is asked on the back end because it wasn't agreed on the front. Yeah, and I can't disagree with that. And that's why what I'm saying is there's going to have to start being new talks and new negotiations. These contracts are what they are. But oftentimes they're just hand delivered to us and said, here, sign this. This is the way it is. Maybe that worked for a long time because, again, I talk about if this was still my father's company, which it's unrecognizable at this point with all the changes and the things that we've done here. But when you go back to that, it was honestly was simpler times back in the 90s. It just was. It was simpler times even in the early 2000s. We didn't quote I never sent so many quotes in my life and estimates for jobs. My father would be like, here, order this, order this, order this. We were just doing jobs. People were paying, and that was it. It's not that way anymore. And everything is skyrocketed so high. We have to start paying attention to this. And if we're not having a voice at the table, then we have to slow things down and say, hey, listen, my voice wasn't at the table and you spoke for me and said that this was okay. I don't feel like it's okay. Can we talk about it? This has to be a relationship that we can talk.
So when we go to the table, and by the way, I'm talking about this too because I've had several people reach out to me about stuff like this over the past few weeks. And Taz, you're right. It's got to be talked about up front. This is something as I assemble this new office and as we kind of put people in place, I'm going to be able to have more time to sit back and look at some of these important things that I will say was probably neglected because we're just busy and we're moving and we're shaking and we're not paying attention. It's like, just go do it. But now we're getting to that point, especially with some of this big news that we're going to be having in the near future. We got to be really profitable. We got to stay profitable. We got to do it proper. I can't have these major losses on a daily basis anymore. And I'm even not daily, but these jobs, they arise, they come. $150. I mean, it cost me $150 to get the tech there practically.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, definitely this is a fired up topic that I know a lot of people want to talk about, want to hear. I know there's probably people that want to jump on at some point. We'll get some other service guys and gals on that want to talk about this. If you do, let's schedule a day and time. DM me, let me know in the comments if you're watching live or on the replay. Let me know you're interested in getting on a fired up live. Lisa will get you scheduled, and we'll chop it up. And again, we don't name names. We're not naming names. It's not about hurting anyone. It's not about any of that. And I'm very adamant about that, even in the food equipment group that we have on Facebook. I've had to delete posts and take things down for the greater good of the community because I don't want people. We're not here to bash. We could bash the topics, we could bash things, but when we start bringing names in, I don't want to be bashed either. Talk to me about it. But we could talk about the issues and the situations and the things that are happening out there. It's all situational. We're all going through these different things.
Quentin says your tech cost has to be $50-$65 an hour.
When you loop it all in together, you're on the money, Quentin. I think we did an average of one of our top technicians. It's like $69 to get to tech the site. Yeah. So, and it ranges. It does range depending on, your capabilities and what But, man, these are some things that need to be talked about and not brushed under a rug. And everyone's got to do it on their own. Obviously, I can't do it for you, and I got to do it on my own. But I think the good part is that most people are in this industry are very open-minded to talk at this point, which is important. We are partners. I love the work that we do with manufacturers we work with. Proud of it. I love it. I'm filming it. I mean, we film it. I want to show the people what we're doing. So yeah, it's just about being open and honest and not being afraid to say how you feel and do it respectfully. If you have facts, bring the facts to the table. This is what it costs me to roll the tech to site. This is how many hours this takes. This is my loss. If it's in black and white, you can't argue with it. So, and I shout out to Dan Deibler because I know that guy has his numbers down to a T and he presents this stuff all the time. We had the opportunity to talk on the Food Equipment Service Leaders Summit, and he's a big proponent of this is given the facts and the numbers and letting the chips fall where they may. And I know he's walked away from different manufacturers, and I'm not saying that you should do that or I'm going to do that. I want to be partners. I just think that, when you walk away from the table, my father always said, if you both walk away from that table during a negotiation a little unhappy, it's probably a good deal. So, I'm always willing to compromise and work. I just don't want to take losses. I'd rather make a dime or 2 dimes than lose a dime or break even.
we got Quentin wanting to hire Jesus, or Jesus looking to work with Quentin for those rates.
Yeah. Well, this is not just the hourly rate. Keep that in mind. I mean, we're looking at the benefits package. We're looking at all the things that go into what a technician gets here. So when you average it out, it's about $69 a truck roll for the top tier guys. So that adds up, But he says come up to Roanoke. Down to Roanoke. Well, I got to go down to Roanoke. He's got to go up to Roanoke. What are we talking about here? But that was something we were a little fired up about upstairs this morning. Yeah, listen, maybe it's the Jersey air or the Jersey blood that gets boiling.
Just a thought, because we were talking about this the other day about haunted places.
Hmm.
Is it Roanoke supposedly a haunted place? Quentin, can you verify that for me?
Is Roanoke a haunted town?
Yeah, I want to know. Because if it is, then we're gonna go take a road trip to Roanoke.
Yeah, we have to. I was looking stuff up over the weekend too.
Were you?
I found the Shanley Hotel. These two famous YouTube guys were there.
Oh,
Recently.
yes, I saw that. Well, I think I saw it come up because you were probably looking at it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, cool.
So for those of you that don't know, a fun fact about me and Lisa, we do enjoy paranormal things.
Yeah,
I guess.
sure.
Right?
I mean, you more than me in terms of wanting to be afraid. I'm curious, but I'm not gonna go put myself in a haunted prison to sleep in like you would.
You wouldn't do that?
No.
Wow. I thought you would.
Mm-mm.
But you would stay at the Shanley Hotel, wouldn't you?
Maybe, possibly. I don't know. I feel weird about staying at places like that. I don't want to wake up with ghosts following me around.
Well, I stayed at the Shanley twice and it all worked out.
Oh, see, Quentin says, oh yeah, several places, and I know a guy that owns a very haunted abandoned theme park. Could get y'all in.
Oh, he's talking dirty to us.
Quentin, you have no idea. We were talking about wanting to do a silly, funny Halloween video. Well, I shouldn't say silly funny because it would be funny because of how afraid we would be.
Yeah. Yeah. And Taz, by the way, there was something I was looking at when I looked up stuff last week, and I think I saw something come up in Arkansas. I was like, ooh. I was telling Jen, I said, we should go to this haunted hotel thing and stop by Taz and say hello.
Several Civil War haunts around here as well. See, those ghosts, I wouldn't want to mess with Civil War ghosts.
No. All
Not
right.
at all. Not those angry guys.
No? All right. You go to Gettysburg?
I'm really interested in going to Roanoke, though.
Well, I'm never going to be closer than I will be in Labor Day weekend. But still, it's a far drive from Virginia Beach, as we found out. 5 hours.
I think this is a planned trip.
We'll have
A
to
Fed event.
We'll have to do a paranormal Fed team building event
For Halloween.
at the theme park. Who's coming? That's what we need to know. That's what we need to know. Can we get some buzz? We have too many things going, Lisa. We can't do that.
Why not? Just add it.
All right, put it on the list. So, man, just a lot of things going on to be fired up about. I got to go drop a van off to get lettered in a few minutes here. I was actually going to see if you could follow me and take me back.
Follow you and take you back.
I got to drop the van.
I was like, I don't have a car.
I'll give you.
You'll give me one?
Yeah.
Thanks,
Just
Rich.
take mine.
You're so giving.
Oh, thanks.
You didn't even give me the car off your back.
I would. Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I'm calling.
Cool. And so another thing fired up about before I go, assembling these teams and figuring things out. We're looking to build PM teams and install teams, and I mentioned this, and so I'm hiring again. I just put something up. We're going to start looking to get a PM and install team going. It's been too long, and I got to keep moving forward. We got to keep doing things. So we're going to get that going. I got some interviews tomorrow, by the way.
Ooh.
So that's another thing. Fired up. Let me know if you're running a service department. You guys have separate PM teams, install teams, service teams. Drop a line. If you're watching the replays, still drop a line, or DM us if you want to talk about that. Were you there? Are you working at a company that has that? Were you there for the inception? How'd you get the ball rolling? How'd you kind of strategize and see it through? Always interested in to hear that. And and I'm strategizing right now for some of this new news. We're going to be
new news.
Big new news. It's new news. This big news, I should have said. this big news that we're going to be announcing. We should be solid by the end of this week, and then figure out when, where, how. I almost want to do a big thing.
You want to do a ribbon cutting?
I almost want to put on like an event.
Yeah, well, let's just
For the
add
no.
another event.
For the company, just for the
Okay.
company.
Okay.
It could be here. We can have a catered event here. We can go live, and I could let everybody know what's the dealio. That'd be pretty cool.
Let's do it.
Should we do that?
Yeah.
We're gonna do that. We're gonna make that happen somehow. Okay, Taz, you would even get Alexa on that one.
Oh, sorry. That was
Ah.
for Taz was talking about Halloween stuff. Josh says, I'd be happy to jump on sometime to talk about how we launch our PM and install departments.
Good. There he is, the man, the myth, Josh Zolan. Yeah. So Josh, we'll definitely schedule that out. I'd love to talk a little bit more about that and give people some insight onto, you know, how, again, keeping to try to help educate other pieces of the puzzle of the industry, how things actually are versus what a perception might be. And, you know, there's intricate things that go on daily to make these things happen. So Josh, we'll take you up on that. We'll get that scheduled.
Yeah.
And I guess we're going to take it down, Grandma. I think.
Are you sure you trust me driving?
Yeah, you do. You did a great job. Very proud of you. That's my grandma. So
No one understands why you're calling.
that makes it even better. See that number scrolling across the bottom? Make sure you jump into my text community, 201-485-5159. I'm not going to spam you. It's going to be from me, those text messages every single time. You're going to get discounts to early bird events like FedCon. You'll get updates on things. We'll keep you in the loop on VIP stuff, exclusive stuff. So you're going to want to be in that. Chris Rawlings jumping in.
We have a couple crossover guys, but mostly dedicated service, installation, and PM guys. It makes scheduling and sending ETAs much smoother.
Yeah, I know it's gonna. I know it's gonna, Chris. I'm all of our guys for forever and ever and ever here. You know, that old saying, you know, that kiss of death. So we've always done it that way. We've always done it that way. Everyone's crossover, PM, install, service, everything. All these technicians do it all. We really want to get to the point, and I'm going to, little by little, where the technicians are doing their jobs. They're doing diagnostic work. They're getting equipment up and running, and letting them focus on that. This way we have the install teams now over here. We have the PM teams over here. And like you said, the scheduling part of it, you know, hitting those ETAs, doing all these things, it's all so important as we build and grow, all of us together. And last but not least, if you're not over on Facebook, get over to Facebook. Food Equipment Digital Disruptors. Join the community. It's building every week, closing in on 1,000 members. And lots more to come. You're going to want to be a part of it. So get over there and network. Okay, Lisa, is that it?
Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Monday. You're almost at the end. You almost made it. Tuesday is a coming. The sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar. Stay fired up. I'll see you mañana.